Hey folks, it's Lucid and welcome back. Got another couple turns for you here with Lemuria. That's right. I have used self-control and not recorded immediately after. It's really fun recording these turns and kind of talking through it when you're enjoying the game you're in, and it's really a slog when you're not enjoying. So anyway, I've been having fun, and it's kind of fun to talk through the turns. And part of it you could just say is because I'm doing well, but the other part is because I really like the Lemuria mechanics. They're just so fun. Because they get so hard countered, but then they're also really good if you're not getting hard countered. Okay, so we have a few things. One is I had paid Agartha for some water bracelets. These are going to be very important. They're going to allow me to do Grip of Winter, which is going to be good against everybody except my really hard counters, which I guess so it's not really good. But that in conjunction with Rigor Mortis is really going to put a damper on people trying to attack me. And then obviously it's going to help a little bit with site searching and stuff too with my water randoms. Okay, we cast Ritual of Returning on Vinsong, and over here, I think we renamed him. Did we rename him? No, I didn't. And then over here, we got a magic phased attack by Caleb in our thing again. So he's done this before, but this time is different. This time he came in with heavy thug gear. And if we look at him, he's only 15 in MR. His script is going to be, and I was expecting this. And so we're casting Apostasy. Didn't work. So he cast Iron Skin, gets his protection up to 32. Then he's going to cast Iron Will, and then he's going to do Blessing. And his Blessing, by the way, is Precision, Shock, Poison Resistance, Blood Surge, Combat Caster, plus 50%, so that's the Astral range, and then Unaging. I guess Caelum has old mages, I'm not even sure. So, now why I say I've prepared is because I had all my mages at the very front, and I have them on advance and cast spells. I don't know if I put him on it, and that might end up being a problem, but most of these guys are on it, like this guy's already up here, and I think all these guys are gonna... He can hit Apostasy from back here, so he doesn't really give a shit, but... Now, after Iron Will, he's only at 19 MR. And if you run the math, so Control Undead, which is what this guy's spamming if we look at him. I don't know, he's decided to do Unholy Power. So sometimes these idiots do Unholy Power, and then sometimes they do Control Undead. But this guy's doing Apostasy. This guy really needs to be on advanced and cast spells. This guy's doing Apostasy. Apostasy is MR easily negates. So what that effectively means is he's going to do an MR check. Again, normally an MR check is against 12. So if your MR is 12, it's basically 50-50, I think. But if it's MR easily negates, then it's a check against 8. So in order for it to be 50-50, his MR would have to be as low as 8. So anyway, his MR is way above 8. It's 11 above. Now, if you put that into the little dice calculator or whatever, it's a 3% chance. So every time Apostasy goes off, or Command Undead, it's a 3% chance. And so, like, there you saw Unholy Command is what it's called. So it's basically getting cast almost every round. But I'm not seeing Apostasy going off every round here. What are you doing back here, you big idiot? Oh, he's walked forward. Okay, he's doing a little bit of Horde of Skeletons. Unholy Power. Okay, Unholy Command. You can see there's a lot of Unholy Command going off. This guy, unfortunately, is doing Raise Dead, but he's going to get in the mood to do some Apostasy, too. Okay, there goes Apostasy. Unholy Command. You can see these two guys casting it if you look at the little thing. Occasionally he'll do Raise Dead, but this guy's basically only doing it, and this guy's mostly doing it. This guy's not in range, I don't think, of Unholy Command. You have to be really close. You have to be like 10 away. So part of the problem is a bit too many troops. But he's just deleting one tile of troops every single turn with this Firebrand. So, how many times over the course of a battle do you think we can cast it? Now, this guy's in range. It looks like we're casting it for most of it about 2 or 3 times a turn, which means, you know, roughly like a 5% chance a turn. And there's about 70 turns plus in the battle, I think, before defenders are out. So, now it wasn't this all the time, so maybe we'd say 60. But it's about 5 times 60. So the odds are overwhelming that I should convert him. Unless my math is wrong. But we actually don't. I'm going to put it on fast forward and we'll speed through it. He just sits here chopping through my guys, and look at all these unholy commands and apostasies popping out. This guy's spamming out unholy command. Never fucking get him the whole time. And he's not even that high MR. Like, this is 100% in the range where you would expect him to get captured. What are we gonna do? So unlucky. So incredibly unlucky. I think the odds... We'd have to run it. Well, we can do the math. Basically, if every round it's 5%... and I think it's more than that, because... Basically, we have 3 guys who... Well... If they all cast it, it would be close to almost 10% a round. But they're not casting it every round, which is why I discounted it to 5. Let's just call it 6%. So the odds are, if you have to... What are the chances of, for 70 times, you not rolling that 6%? So it would be 0.93 to the 60th, which we'll just do the math. So you can put that in your calculator at home. I just paused it and did it in mine. It's about 1.2%. So there's like a 1.2% that he doesn't get. None of these take effect. So, anyway, he was already routing. The battle time's out. Net effect is, I lose 2 Lemur Centurions. They ran to the front. I lose 300 chaff. And this guy escapes. But you know what, buddy? Bring it. Unless my math is somehow frightfully wrong. And who knows? Those are really long odds, so it would suggest something is wrong. But I think he got the literally 1 in 100 outcome. Yeah. The 1 in 100 outcome. Lasai. And so now it looks like, hey, this is a really smart move, but it's like, hey, buddy, you want to roll those odds with me? Those really are the odds. I'll do that anytime. Anytime. I'll trade 300 ghosts for a 99% chance of getting your mage, where if I get it, then I probably only lose half these, or less. Anyway. Meanie. Search for magic sites, didn't find anything. Marignon has a new prophet. And there's some really funny things that happen this turn. One is, I correctly assumed he was going to attack me here, so I had backed my dudes out. This army would have just shattered what I had there. Second, he attacks me here. This is the province adjacent to the lake near Marignon. It's the province that has the mist-covered highlands, if you recall that. And that is actually going to be extremely important for something that happens. So he murders my 1 PD. I don't know what these guys... I think these guys were going to... Because they didn't go into communion or anything. And these are all communion-capable. I'm guessing... I don't know what they were going to cast. I don't even know if he scripted them. Maybe he scripted them to, like, Starfires or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, he took it. But the funny thing, and the funny thing is, so this was where this battle was. Here's where he took the lake. Here's where he came in here and attacked. Look what is here. The Mist-Covered Highlands, I think it has, once you get, there's like an event chain, and once you get to the final step, or almost final step in the event chain, there's a bunch of big things that can happen. You can get attacked by a phantasmal army, or you can get attacked by a couple illusionists and a bunch of air elementals, and that is what happened. And it appears that they left no one alive from this army. They probably killed all 12 of the Forgiving Fathers, and they probably killed all 50 of these guys. So that is freaking epic luck to counteract my epic bad luck with losing this. But if, let's say this was the luck trade-off that I had to do. Now, the luck isn't quite the same odds. This may seem very lucky, but I knew it was at this event stage, and I think the odds of it happening are like 20% or something, right? So this is like a 1 in 5 chance, not a 1 in 100 chance. But, you know, if we were to say that was the luck quid pro quo, would I trade 300 guys to kill 12 mages? Yeah, maybe. It's not a bad trade for me. Anyway, so that's what happened up here. I thought that was really funny. Next up, it must be real. It must make him really salty too. Next up, we're attacking Marignon. I think we know how this is going to go. Next up, Bogaroos takes this back from me with the Earth Serpent. We're at peace now, of course. And Caelum is attacking Agartha here. This guy is not on advance and cast spells. I can actually potentially pick him off. Okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking through these. So Agartha is basically completely... What's funny about this a little bit is that... Here we're attacking Marignon. What's funny about this a little bit is Agartha was about to attack Caelum. He was like, yeah, they'll probably be my next war target. Well, I hadn't put a tremendous amount of thought into how the matchup would go, but I know that flyers are good against crossbowmen. Honestly, I've gotten abused. This is probably going to come out, I don't know, maybe before I put the tournament game out, but I just got abused as Late Age Agartha. Late Age Agartha is good at a few things, and they have some versatility and stuff they can do, but especially early, and this is no longer early, this is mid-game, so he can have a lot of his stuff, and he had plenty of time to get things set up, but... They don't have a ton... I mean, the alchemists are kind of flexible, like they can do a fair number of different things, but... I don't know. Caelum with Wailing Winds and Storm and potentially Wrathful Skies, there's not a ton they can do. There's not a ton. Okay. So we have that. That was down here, right? And basically there's just some raiding. He tries to take this back from me and fails. It's kind of funny. My 1 PD doing some work. The 1 PD has only worked against Agartha, which is a little unfortunate. And against Phlegra once or twice. I kind of had higher expectations for it. We got an Earth Gnome. Let's actually go look at him, because I kind of forgot where he was. Oh, shit. The ancient ruins are piping back up again. Okay, so we got an Earth Gnome. Oh, wait, we found a magic site? Oh, there's a bunch of events this turn. Okay, here we are, in Ripe Woods. Oh, this is what it is. For some reason, I was thinking it was the Gnome, or the... I forget what they're called, but the Earth 2, Nature 2 mage. Okay, so we had an Earth Gnome join, fine. It's an upkeep-free dude. These guys might even be able to be very light thugs if I put a lot of gear on them. And I'm worried, like, if they're doing undead counter... I mean, we have way better thugs than this, but I don't know. They have regen, and they have okay base HP. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, there's been some signs... Let's go see... This is... Man, so this site is popped back up. So when I have a commander here, we can have another assassination event. Which I think I'm okay with. Here we have a rather epic event. Evil that has once laid waste to this land has awoken. This can only happen, by the way, in a wasteland. From his dark fortress at the heart of the wasteland, the necromancer sends forth his dark minions to claim the land. Only the strength of fate will hold his dark power at bay. Basically, this is an event. I don't remember the full chain. This happened in my Yomi series. And what happens is you get the Necromancer Tower, which gives you +2 death. And this guy is going to summon a bigger and bigger army, and eventually it's going to be fucking huge. So for me, it would be worth it to kill. But it's also no joke. Like, long dead. I mean, the whites are going to be serious, because they've got magic weapons and stuff. So anyway, I'm not sure the best way to deal with that, but technically this is Bogarus's land, so we'll let him worry about it for now. And then commoners are volunteering. Got some gold. Okay. Here is the... Maybe the Necromancer hasn't come yet, because this is just the Bane Lord. This is where we get attacked. Does he have kit? Not really. Okay. Get attacked by some dire wolves. Scouts. A bunch of things finish. Okay, so what do we do this turn? Well, we have moved our army on top of this fort. And we're going to storm it. We were successful in our raids here and here. This has a death site, which is nice. So anyway, we're going to continue raiding down this way. Highly likely he moves everybody to his cap. So I potentially could even raid on top of this, but I don't think I'm going to. Here we're going to move here. What I think he's doing is just bottling up in his cap, preparing for a last stand. Which is understandable, I think. Because, I mean, A, you're guaranteed to lose if you do that, but I think he's pretty fucked right now. You can't lose this much stuff. And I don't know. Maybe there's some plan, but... honestly, I think if he spammed Holy Pyre more in that fight and had a bigger front line, he could have won. So I think if he was really working towards this timing and, like, really going to go all in and he had better composition, he could have won that fight. Well, I don't know. With Rigor Mortis, it still would have been tough. He could have killed a lot more. He could have killed enough where I wouldn't be pushing in right now. I don't know if he actually would have won. So anyway, we're going to be storming this fort. Itimu's coming in to hang out. Be like, what's up, guys? We got the crossbowmen moving in. We're recruiting a ton more crossbowmen here. Now, these two forces from Atlantis were probably going to consolidate on top of this fort, but now that these guys have been wiped out, I bet you he's not so excited about that anymore. And there were a ton of mages on one of these guys. Mages. A ton of the gems. This guy. So what I'm thinking, what I'm suspecting, is... What I'm suspecting is he was going to distribute those gems to all the Forgiving Fathers in this group, and he could, like, spam water elementals or something when they got here. I don't even really know. I mean, there's enough guys here. He could have just distributed it among the Forgiving Fathers here. But Ice Elementals aren't that good. I guess he would have gotten Water Elementals up here, but Water Elementals aren't that good against Ghosts either, really. Ice Elementals might even be better. Probably not. Water Elementals are probably a little better, because they're going to form a line, and then his mages can hit me. The Ice Elementals are going to wade into my troops, and then they'll get surrounded and probably killed a little faster, but hard to say. We're going to send everybody here. We can't see the Air Elementals, but one thing to know about this event is one of the illusionists who is inside of this event is always going to have a bag of wins. And we really want it, which is why we're going to move the whole army, so that if he moves his army, we'll end up having a fight. But what we have is we have these guys on attack rear, and I want them to go kill the illusionists before these guys kill the air elemental. Because once we kill the air elemental, Well, that's kind of all she wrote. And the air elementals, that's going to be all she wrote, and the mages are going to run and take that damn bag of winds with them. So we better get that. But either way, we'll get the mist-covered highlands back. And the trickle of income from this province, hopefully. Very good chance. I would say not very good. There's a chance he moves on top of this. If I were him, and especially after the last showing he had when he tried to move on top of this fort, I would probably chill out, but we'll see what he chooses to do. Okay, so that's basic. We're raiding up here. We're storming this fort. Here, we're raiding over this way. Up here, we're on top of this fort. We're going to kind of move. We're going to leave one guy here, and then we're going to go move on top of a different fort. So that is the plan for there. You know what I think I did this turn that I What are we doing with off my porch? I forgot where I put him. Oh, well. Well, like, mentally handicapped? Wait, he was here. Oh, no, here he is. Okay. So I move him down here. Okay, so this turn I couldn't have given him the water bracelet, but next turn, potentially I give him the water bracelet. Oh, no, but we've already site searched this. So yeah. But we still should probably give him a water bracelet, because right now I only have one water random Grand Lemur. Castronomical is going to go ahead and get us another Grand Lemur, which would be nice. What else? On this front, Agartha has given me the signal that he is completely fucked. Satis has moved in, but he didn't even stand a chance in a 1v1 against Caelum. And so he told me he's going to make me some mercury barrels, and then I've also sent him some gems. Some water gems to make me a robe of the sea. Like the water booster, and he's going to do that for me. So anyway, I'm going to get, I think, probably like a little death basket from him, which I'm not really a huge death basket fan, but when I'm having to fight the whole world, I don't really mind receiving a tiny bit of help. Anyway, he told me to go ahead and move in. So we're trying to go in. I'm trying to bring enough people to one-turn pop it, but I think I don't quite get there. And I mean, I knew this. But anyway, it's 500 wall defense, but I think we can only get at like 490 troops when I just get every single last one I can. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, what are we going to do? Yeah, he can't do it. Now, one of the problems, these are going to be coming in mostly mage unsupported. And so he may choose to send, if he has a scout here, which he probably will, he may choose to send a, one of his thugs on top with a vine shield and whatever. Well, what I am going to do is I've snuck these guys in, so we won't see them as part of the scout report. And then they're going to be on advance and cast spells, and they are going to do dust to dust, hopefully. And if they don't dust to dust, I'm going to be a little sad. But dust to dust is decent range. We'll easily get in range. Well, I say that. But this is going to be very contentious, because Agartha is going to be falling. We're both reasonably highly mobile armies. So Caleb's main army is right here. But, well, basically, Caelum's going to try to be taking this without losing any ground over here. But well, yeah. Caelum's going to be taking this without trying not to lose any ground over here. But it's going to be tricky because potentially I can jump on him, and then he's also going to be compelled to jump on me. So, like, I move this army here. He potentially wants to have his Doomstack come fight my army. So anyway, it's going to be tricky. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to build up to take this fort. I don't want to jump on it now, but I want to jump on it very soon. I definitely don't want Caelum getting all of this. If I can get this line of 3 provinces here, and then Caelum gets just this middle sliver, it's not the end of the world for Caelum, but like my Dominion will push through it. He was not going to be able to keep my Dominion out. Caelum can do, like, the geography is less important for Caelum. They can much easier It's much more easy for them to keep a peninsula like this than it is for another nation. But it's still going to give me a lot of surface area to attack, but it's also going to give them a lot of surface area to attack me. The difference is I'm forted up and he's not. But that can be a little bit of a liability, because if he moves enough troops to one turn pop a fort, then I have to respect that. Anyway, that is where we are. We are at the moment. There's a few other things that are happening. One is the guy who came in here, this white mage, he retreated here, because the battle timed out and he ran. So he is here. We're actually going to send an attack squad. We're going to send Gilly. She's going to Cloud Trapeze and summon a shit ton of air elementals. And we are going to send Vince Song. And Vince Song we have kitted with the Halberd of Might. This guy, if you recall, the white mage he's going to fight, has a protection of 32, which is a lot. And he also has a firebrand, which is going to die, you know, it's going to do fire damage regardless of my defense. So anyway, because of that, we need fire gear. So we have the fire plate and we have the burning pearl. And that will give us enough fire protection where there's a good chance that we dodge all the damage. But it doesn't guarantee it. Basically what it's going to be, this is going to be, half of 17 is going to be 8 in the game size. And a firebrand, I think it does 14 AP damage. So you're going to subtract 10 from it, it's going to give you 4. So it's basically going to be a 4 roll against 8. And if it's 0, then I don't take any damage. But if I get any damage, then Ritual of Returning triggers. So it's going to be a little spicy in that way. But hopefully in conjunction with the elementals, this will work. I actually tested it, and there's like a, I'd say 70% chance it works. Probably like 30% of the chance the air elementals just catch him like right after he casts Iron Skin, but before Blessing, and if they do and they don't hit the Vine Shield, they'll kill him. And then probably like another, 30-40% that my guy will hit him before he takes damage, but then if it doesn't work, there's a decent chance the Sorceress dies, etc. So anyway, that's kind of what we're dealing with over here. These guys were, again, consolidating a bunch of people over here in this province to have an army to go raid this. And I'm pulling Camille over here, and then also, I don't think I mentioned it, but these two idiots both got diseased in winter. And I've been watching it, keeping my eye on them, and it's really annoying. Because that's a lot of money and recruit fort time to get these two jokers out. So anyway, we're not very excited about that, but we will suffer through. I really need them though, and like the time when I need them is the time when they die. So he's only got 7 hit points left, so I probably have like 4 or 5 turns I can use him depending on what kind of afflictions he gets. So anyway, we're gonna move him here, and hopefully he'll be able to take this fort before he passes. I have recuperation on my bless, but recuperation does not work on old age. So take notes, those of you at home. So that's mostly what's going on. There's some other logistics. I'm generally pulling people south. We've got some forts going up. This one is 3 turns away. We don't start this one this turn, I don't think, but we'll start it next turn. Maybe. But yeah. Things are looking okay. Here, this guy gets scouted by a huge army from Gath. So I'm thinking this army is going to come wreck Arco. And so what I do this turn is I send a scout on top of Arco's fort to watch. But nothing happens. I don't know if I feel like they've made peace. But I'm very unsure if they had. What I'm worried about is that Gath is going to take this army and march it up here and come kick me out of Marignan. That would probably be a smart move. One second, my dog's barking. Okay. Yeah, so that would be pretty annoying, because I couldn't... Let's see how do we think this army would do against Gath? against, like, this army. The thing that's shitty is I think I would have to basically seed this. I don't think... See, he's actually got it battlefield-wide to battlefield-wide. This is what Marignon needed to do. I don't think he's on attack rear, though. Because you can see how they consolidate inwards. If they're on attack rear, they should go in a straight line. So that's one potential weakness. And there's a decent amount of mage support, and then he's got these guys who are going to be really hard for me to kill. And they're going to be very, very killy. They don't have great attack and defense. So they are vulnerable to, like, repel thugs. But, I mean, he can do flesh eaters and stuff. Anyway. Yeah, you don't want to send a consul or a Grand Lemur against this garbage. The question is, do we think they would fatigue out in any reasonable amount of time? And with Blood Surge, they're going to be getting 2 regen, or 2 HP, 2 fatigue reinvigoration, whatever you want to call it. Plus they get 1 built in. So they're basically going to be getting 3 fatigue from hitting, plus 5 fatigue, I think, on average from Rigor Mortis. And if each turn they kill 1 person before they die, I mean, before, you know, the turn's out, then they're going to kill... They're going to kill a lot of ghosts, I think. I think this army, I think I would need like 1,400 or something. And then if you brought more mage support, it'd be even more. Because they can chop through stuff fast enough that I think they're going to get through critical mass before Rigor Mortis sets in. So if this army comes up here, that'll make me very sad. But anyway, so I get, what is it now? It's a 1-2-3v1, which is fine. If Gath enters, it's going to be annoying, because I'm not going to get any of the Marignon spoils. And I'm pretty sure Pythium's talking to Gath, and I've told Pythium that Marignon's mostly fallen, and that he should come join me. And so there's a very good chance he's communicated that to Gath and told Gath to go take it. So I don't know. The good thing about him taking Marignon is I can probably give it to him with some compromise. Like, I'm not even sure what. Like maybe just letting me keep this stuff. And maybe he gets the throne, or I don't even know. But we'll see. Either way, I'm going to have a new neighbor. Whether it's... but it doesn't look like it's going to be through him conquering Garco. So I guess it'll be through this route. And a new neighbor, generally for me, is going to mean a new enemy. So anyway, that's enough for this turn. Let's go ahead and look at the next turn. We'll see how everything turned out. Nobody's looked at their turn yet. It's late at night, and this is hot off the press. So Agartha is just giving me stuff from their inventory. By the way, I had paid... Well, let's think about it. Last turn he should have made it. This turn he should be sending it to me. I paid Gath for a stone idol, so let's see if he actually gives it to me. Dog on the keyboard. Swear to God. I have 2 keyboards. One's on my bed, and my dog loves sitting on it. So he sent me a Faithful, which is nice, a Ring of Frost, which I don't need, and then a Champion Skull. We actually should equip the Champion Skull. I hadn't thought about that until now. But maybe we give it... There's a few ways to use the Champion Skull. One of the ways, and this is the micro-intensive way, is you put it on somebody, and then when they get enough experience to get another star, they get +1 research. See, this guy's 7, and this guy is 6. So we can just keep swapping it to get people up to the first star. And then... Except we should probably do it on... like these kind of idiots. But then I have to remember to come back and look at it, which I'm probably not going to do. The other thing to do is just put it on some kind of super combatant character. But Faithful is actually pretty nice to have. Faithful is this guy. And we get luck and affliction. Well, it's not great for undead, because we can't get benefit from luck. And affliction resistance is nice. And it's got good stats. You know, we could put it on a console at some point. None of this stuff is doing me any good in my inventory, by the way, but... I'm using my consoles as caster, so I guess it's better to not risk it. And I don't know when I'm going to start using them, if ever again, as thugs. Okay, so we cast Cloud Trapeze, and there's a battle in Barm. We'll watch that first, and then we'll watch these remote assassinations. Remote assassinations, some of my less favorite things in Dominions. So, first thing you'll notice is the white mage isn't here. So that's annoying. At least we got the province from him, and nobody died. Coming down, we got the Garden of Bones, which is nice, but didn't find anything else, which is less nice. We get Tupelec, which this is a national spell to Atlantis. We'll watch some of these, but they're all going to be the same, so we'll really just watch one. These are flying, basically undead bears, and they don't trample, even though they're pretty big. They have a lot of hit points, and they have fear. So the challenge with these guys is, and they have perfect morale, so they're not going to run, is can you kill them before you either get scared of them or you freaking die? And this guy appears to have had a bodyguard. But he doesn't have much health. So basically, and Awe is not going to be helpful against these guys, which is unfortunate. But, you know, he has an attack to paralyze, which, you know, I guess has a decent... Oh, see, he just fails a morale check. But Unholy Command could have worked. That's probably like a 1 in 10 chance. And he just kills this. So, that's how these all were. These guys die. And it appears Guard Commander didn't really help here. Okay, so that was the Magic Face stuff. On for the real battles. We jump on top of Agartha's fort. Nothing nothing to see here. Here we can see a battle between Caleb and Agartha. This is a reasonably big battle. Well, I mean, this is just Agartha PD, but... nothing fancy coming out from Caelum. Just a bunch of people on attack rear. But Agartha's stuff is pretty strong. So I bet you... no, actually, I don't think they killed much. And then he's got Earthbind on some of these idiots. This guy's coming in. Okay, he killed 8, which honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad. That was Agartha's cap, though. Here we take... I don't even know who the Witch of the West is. Let's see who this lady is. Kind of cool. Oh, a heretic. Interesting. Probably could use that on my border. Oh, I guess she's been site searching. Okay, so she pieces out. Is that this one? No, that was this one. Coming down, we kill these guys, but we do not kill the illusionist, which means we don't get a shot at getting the, I'll show you the bag of wins here. Bag of wins. And then they've got a few gems. And we actually do really well against their elementals. Because they try to trample us mostly till they get small. And we have magic weapons. And we're pretty resistant to trample. And javelins work pretty well. But unfortunately, my front line didn't actually run towards the rear, as instructed. They instead decided to get the elementals. And then by the time they figure it out, it's a little bit too late. So, I'm not actually sure what the solution to this would have been. I think I just didn't really have a... Oh, wait, oh, no. We didn't actually get them. They ran off. So anyway, we don't get the bag of wind. which is the whole reason I really went there with my whole army, which is annoying. We see this guy who's an Agartha Immortal. He raids successfully. Here we see some alchemists and a devil from Bogarus reclaiming some territory I had promised to him. And then here, after he has assassinated all my commanders, my troops are isolated, and so they just run away, because I can't have PD, because I'm on his fort. And there's nowhere for them to run to, so they're all dead. So that was minus 230. Well, those guys were kind of out of position. I probably could have negotiated a different way, but anyway, such is life. And he's probably very tickled with himself, so that's good. We'll throw him a bone. Caelum has attacked here. They don't take any losses. Here, Agartha attacks. We kill some Peshti spearmen. But this was promised to him. This is not an aggressive move. And, yeah, anyway. Here, we successfully kill some Tritons. Only lose one guy. Look at this, though. Like, only one loss. Lemuria is so good underwater. And then Satis is attacking Agartha. Let's just see what Satis is sporting. I don't think I've seen this battle yet. So they've got these sacred serpents, and they're kind of cool because they've got venomous fangs. He's gonna bless them. What's their bless? Air shield, magic resistance, undying plus 10. So that's undying. That's death 5. HP plus 3, strength, far combat caster. So I guess he's thinking like Banefire blasts or something. Plus Skelly spam, plus some archers. Oh, pretty crap army. Blast of Unlife. Interesting. Here we take this from... This is basically the battle for the fort, so we'll watch it. That's basically how Lemuria fort battles go. And then we get attacked. This means we triggered the final event in the Mist-Covered Highlands event chain. So we'll watch that in a second. Here we get a gold event. And we also get the Enchanted Spear, which is a nice weapon. It's link 3. And then magic weapon. So anyway. Pretty good for repelling with our high attack. And then disease is spreading like we care. We get an Astral Serpent. This also is really good. This is... and we got a lab. And this is a forted province with a temple already. So that means basically plus 500 gold, because I kind of want to do that anyway. And then we get the gems and Astral Serpent. I'll click on the thing in a second. Let's watch this battle. So here a Windmaster is coming in, and he's got a little phantasmal army. I think this is the last event. He didn't have any, yeah. No items. Kill a scout, and then that's basically it for the turn. So let's go take a look real quick at some of the items we got. Here's the Astral Serpent. Gives us a little bit of poison resistance. Not usually super helpful, but we are going to be putting at Foul Vapors a fair amount, where if we just need to give this to somebody, it could be good. What's special about it is two things. One is it's got an armor negating attack that does 3 magic damage. So that in and of itself is good. It's going to provide harass, and it does have link, so I think it can also potentially generate a repel. So anyway, that part's good. The other part that's good is it does a 35 damage death poison. So depending on who we're trying to kill, this can be very, very debilitating. Definitely good to have in the arsenal. And then I think that's about it for the items, yeah. So let's see what the board looks like. Well, we did not crack this fort. What we do see, though, is that Agartha discovered a nature site for us, which we are most appreciative of. So we're going to have to siege it. I need to position... There's a few things. Let's do the scripting for this army coming in, because Caelum is on top of this. They've got a group of guys here with crossbowmen and lumber constructs, which is annoying. What else? They've got a big stack. This is 190. So this scouting report is underestimating it, or 180 because 8 of them died. So they've got anyway a big force here, and these guys potentially could come jump me here. So I need to be ready for it. How are we going to be ready for it? Well, we're going to have this guy in here. Well, we need to do a few things. One is I need some of these guys on guard commander. And then we're going to put the guard commander dudes right around here. And I'm going to protect the Foul Vapors caster. And so basically this guy is just going to go Foul Vapors. And then he can do, like, Personal Regen, and then he can do, you know, Bark Skin, or maybe do Bark Skin first, then Personal Regen. Do Liquid Body. Anyway. So, we might get a few more of these guys. Put him here too. And I think we want these guys on advance and cast spell. Yeah, this actually is a good script. What script is that? This one, 4. So I think we'll just put all these guys on 4. And these guys are just going to be on advance and cast spells. And their job, but I do need to mix them in. Like, I don't want the bird strike to land on top of them. So I think we're going to kind of cluster them in a little closer towards the middle. And then I think these guys are going to be in a nice tight box. Put these guys here as distractions. And then these guys I need to make sure are on hold and fire. Anyway, this will probably be okay. Hopefully these, you know, the real... Yeah, let's put everybody here, actually. The real hero here is going to be this guy with Foul Vapors if he moves this army in. If he comes in with thugs, hopefully these guys doing Undead Command, like 10 of them, will kill a thug, and then these guys doing Advance and Cast spells will get rid of anybody else. The other thing I need to think about, I need to have a scout. Or maybe I'll have this guy sneak in. Well, we can have this guy finish the fort. I'm going to sneak this guy in with some more gems. I want to give him enough. And then Elysium is going to come down here. He needs to join, and he is going to be scripted with... Oh, you know what this lady needs? It's actually Elemental Fortitude. Okay. Because I don't want her to get wrecked by the chill aura. Do these guys have chill aura? No, they don't. So I need to make sure, like, she's over here, and then... Okay, Elysium is over there, so that's okay. So anyway, if he decides to come over here and mess with me, we'll be okay. We're prepared for the magic phase attack, because I've got these guys in position who are going to be necessary for that. And then we'll be prepared for a normal attack, where I'm going to have Rigor Mortis coming in, which we need a script still. And the Rigor Mortis is just going to be Power of the Spheres. Rigor Mortis. Do Conservative Gem use. It actually only takes 3, I think. Is that right? No, let's not go crazy. I'm not really worried about banishment spam. They've got some Holy Twos, but it's not a big deal. They have a lot of combat mages over here, but I don't think they can make it. But potentially they could make it like next turn or something. So anyway, we've got this army scripted now. And that's basically all we've got for them to do. The other thing we have to do... So we've got Archchronix, who's inspirational because he has Valor. I think we're going to give him Damn Near Air Body. And I just want to say, he's slow, which is kind of a problem, but I think we're going to have him move down here. And I think we'll take some of them, mixed with that little chaff, and then we're going to send these guys over here. And my expectation is that put these guys in the back and these guys here. My expectation is that we'll be able to kill these guys. Or, like, he's going to leave and go do something else with this army. Now, this is Siege Chaff coming in to try to keep up with his army, because both the people here and here were here last turn. So he's had to split it up, which is a little dangerous, because this army I can potentially jump on. I don't know if it has mage support. You know, it might, but I think we're going to YOLO. And how we're going to YOLO is with Vent Song. I have switched his gear out, so he now has Copper Plate, which is going to be helpful against Corpse Constructs, because Corpse Constructs can hit you with Charged Body. And they also don't do normal damage. I mean magic damage. They do normal damage. They have like a fist, but they have a Charged Body. So Invulnerability is going to be effective. And then we're going to burn them up really fast with Charcoal Shield. And ideally we eliminate a lot of his Siege Chaff this way. This is a little bit wasted. But I'm okay keeping it on him because he's got Ritual of Returning. So basically it's going to be how much stuff can he kill before somebody hits him with Dust to Dust or he gets unlucky or something. So anyway. Yeah, we're going to jump right in here just like so. Now if he has Air Element, I mean there's a bunch of ways where this could just do absolutely nothing. But I think I'm okay with it. Now, Gilly, I was going to have a retreat through the water and go out, but there's a decent chance this gets magic phased attacked, or this gets magic phased attacked, and then I retreat, and if they both get magic phased attacked, then she's dead. I think it's worth 2 gems just to save her, so I think we're actually just going to Cloud Trapeze out. And the good thing about Cloud Trapezing out is I can Cloud Trapeze her where I want her, like here. So she can Sight Search this, or she can come jump on top of... Oh, wait, we can do it this turn. Okay, no, we're sending her in here to do... Oh, I forgot I had an actual army on top of that fort. I was like, don't want to catch them during army movement, but no, we can do it. So what we're going to do, we're going to put Gilly like right up here, and then she's just going to do turn 1 anti-magic. Is there anything we need against Caelum? We don't need Arrowfend. Air Elementals aren't going to be very good against magic weapon stuff. I think we just do this. So we'll teleport her out, we'll put the ring in the lab. This guy's going to sneak back home. He ended up just wasting a couple mage turns. But that'll be nice, you know. Getting anti-magic up. You know, potentially I should put some more pearls on this guy. And then, you know, we can have another salvo for when we actually storm the fort next turn if I have to be worried about it. But ideally, we slow this army down. I have to be a little worried about Wrathful Skies here, so let's actually have her, instead of Mistform, let's do protection from lightning and then Mistform. But I'm putting copper plate on Miss Storley, however you say that, on our Foul Vapors caster, so they don't get messed up by Wrathful Skies. But the rest of my army is going to be in deep shit. And these guys, if we look at them, they have pretty good shock resistance. They will still take damage. Oh no, a lot of these don't. Only the Storm Guards. But they have 8. They'll still take damage from from Wrathful Skies. But later in the game, when he's able to do Thunder Fend and Wrathful Skies, they're going to be basically immune. So that's actually kind of huge. These idiots, what are we going to do with them? I think these guys move in too. So now I have to kind of organize all these blobs of dudes. The problem is the more I commit, the more I'm open to like a real nasty Wrathful Skies trap. Because he could potentially do it, send a thug in, do Storm, Air Power, Wrathful Skies, and if they were like Air 4, which I don't think they can be, they could do it without like completely passing out. So I don't know. I think it'll be tricky. I think he has to do it in conjunction with an army. I don't think he can just straight up Wrathful Skies me. But if he does, these guys are on attack rear. And Archchronix, who's coming in, he's going to drop Unholy Blessing. Then Apostasy Spam. Or maybe Archchronix drops a little Unholy Power here. Do we have all the people placed? Box. I don't think I need long formations against Caelum. I think we're gonna do normal lines here. I want density. In fact, double line is probably better. Like I want him, ideally, I want to eliminate the opportunities for him to surround me. And I want to increase the opportunities for me to surround him. That's kind of my thinking. So we've got Rigor Mortis, Foul Vapors. This is the main stuff. The only thing I'm not getting that I really should or wished I could is I'm not getting Solar Eclipse. But we're going to have this army move out here. The only problem with this is, well, there's not only one problem, but there's a few problems with this. One of the problems is, oh, okay. One of the problems is we're going to be a lot closer to his Mage Core. Like here you can see there's a shit ton of Harab Seraphs, which I think are the Death 1, Air 1 guys. Yeah, with a random. So there's a lot of them. So that can be a lot of little lightning bolts, or it can be a lot of dust to dusts. So that is annoying. It means we potentially have to deal with like a very big Mage Core, but... And I think this is when I probably do want to do this, because I have no idea how many times we're going to get attacked. But I think we basically roll out with everybody here. And it's not actually that much. It's only like 400 or 500. I think it's like 450. And put these on the Shade King. I'll let you guys go do logistics. And some of this I'll do after, but we'll kind of play some of the turn together. Oh gosh, I'm really so pearl poor right now. The problem is I can't do Foul Vapors with Camille. But my god is going to be making a Thistle Mace, and then with that, Camille will next turn be able to, like, if they try to kick me off this fort, like, haha, I got you. I'm going to be like, but aha, I got you. And we're going to do the same thing here, I think, with sneaking in Dust to Dusters. In case he tries to thug kill me. And in this army, we're going to have these guys who are going to negate protection. So I'll probably put them up at the front. And I think I want these guys in double lines. And then double line in the back. Now, the exception here is I need... Okay, this guy has a chill aura, so I need to keep him away. Does he have a chill aura? He does not, so we'll give him a few bodyguards here. And I'll have to sort out their... Yeah, this will be okay. I'll have to sort out, like, all the... Well, we can do some of that. I was going to say the orders for the troops, rather than just the formations. Because some of them I want on attack, some of them I want on fire. I think I'll put them all on hold and attack. I need to make sure my other... Well... Yeah, I think in general I want to be on hold and attack. I was thinking, like, versus a thug, do I want to be hold and attack? And I think the answer is no. So, okay, we can get Solar Eclipse off like so, and then he can do Personal Luck and Twist Fate and stuff. Okay, great. Perfect. I just need to make sure nobody with a Frost Aura is going to be standing there, and I think we've done that. Okay, so these guys are going to be moving down here. I need one of these idiots to come pick up ghosts over here. He's going over there. You are coming... How many ghosts? Oh, you have none. He just... Sometimes it bugs out and it gives you an icon showing they have troops when they don't. You are going to come down here too. This guy is definitely going to get some bodyguards. We'll keep him right there in the middle. And then he'll get 4. Except for him, he can do... We're not going to be doing anti-magic, so Unholy Protection is probably not horrible. And then we'll do the scripts real quick. These guys are going to be holding fire. The back will be hold and attack, flyers. Hold and attack, flyers. And then the middle section, this guy's just going to be on attack rear in case they have a thug, because we've got these armor negating damage dudes, and then these guys are fast, so they might interrupt a buff cycle. We'll put them a little farther forward. These guys are going to be on hold and fire. These guys are going to be on hold and fire. I probably do need to make it so that people that can't shoot are going to mess that up. Okay. So that will work. We're going to have a big goon squad move in here. This is not going to one-turn crack it. This is 700 something PD, and we're basically moving 500 in. So it's going to be a 2-turn crack, so we're going to have to sit on it. But because we are jumping in on top of this army, we will probably slow down the siege strength of this army. And potentially will force him to do some trade. And the problem with, like, if I'm putting myself in Caelum's position, he wants to take this infrastructure quickly, like before Satis gets too much. You can see Caelum thought at one point maybe he might even get this stuff because he raided this far south. But ideally, Caelum wants to get all this, and he definitely wants the capital, but he's going to have trouble getting the capital if he doesn't have enough siege strength. So this group of 180 is probably doing about 300 damage, maybe, a turn. Maybe more, maybe like 350 or 400 even. But it's a pretty thick wall, so it's going to be at least one more turn. And I also will have the option next turn of potentially consolidating both these armies on top of this army. And with Rigor Mortis, it's going to be too many units. So anyway, I'm going to have a lot of options next turn, but he'll also have the option to send this army after one of these two. So we just have to, try to be prepared. Here we're going to have Solar Eclipse up. So that will be good. But, yeah. So the rest of it's going to be troop logistics. I'll do that on my own time. But I think that is about it for this turn. The other thing will show is I've got 3 candles now in Phlegra. I really need that stone idol, and it may be too late. But potentially, even if I don't save Phlegra, because it's getting to the point where I'm like, if I get 5 candles, I might just put a temple in. The population can be dying so fast, but potentially I can save this with the stone idol. And this is going to be just as much income as Phlegra, or more. So anyway, we'll see. This has a temple there, so it will keep my dominion out for a little bit, but probably not for long. And we're also getting close to the point. This turn I'm summoning a consul, not a Grand Lemur. This will probably be the last consul I get all game. And this consul is going to go claim these thrones, and then he'll come support armies. But he'll probably just do apostasy spam, But importantly, this turn we finished research. We finished construction 4. And that's how I'm able to make the Thistle Mace. But we'll just look at all the other stuff I can make too. It opens up Frost Brands. It opens up Vine Shields. So potentially now I can actually do reasonably heavy thugging. But I still can't go against Death Mages. But I think with Vine Shields, I can probably... Well... Maybe not. I was going to say I could potentially fight Atlantis groups that don't have mage support, but probably not. Anyway, I can make it. Fire hats. I've got a lot of fire gems, so that's not a horrible option. This is going to be nice for moving around more troops, but it hurts my morale. But for gatewaying and stuff, this will be nice to have. We're not really at the gateway portion of the game, but at some point, I will be gatewaying stuff around. Especially if I get more pearl income. We get major armor upgrades, right? So I get like elemental armor, which is really good. I get the silver hauberk, which is really good. We get the chainmail of displacement, which is really good, especially if I'm dealing with things that hit really, like where I really, really don't want to be hit, because you get that defense bump. We get better shoes. We get earth boots, which I really should make after this before I continue site searching, because I'm going to need them anyway, and then I might as well site search with it. So anyway, that's good. We can make Boots of the Messenger, which is going to be really important for my human mages to be able to keep up with the rest of my army. And I only need to be Nature 1 to make those, so the next... By the way, it was super lucky getting a Nature Water Random on my first crosspath. So 20% chance of getting one of those, but I don't know. Getting your first time is pretty lucky. But anyway, all the Nature ones can make Boots of the Messenger. So, that's going to be pretty useful. Because then my human mages can keep up with my normal army. Over here in miscellaneous, just a ton of stuff that gets opened up. But one of them that's probably most important for me is the Ghost Orb, which allows, skeleton body at the start of combat, which is nice. And then temporary death gems 2, which is really nice. It means I can do rigor mortis for 1 death gem, which is huge. That's way cheaper than 3. Also, the cornucopia, potentially, will be good. I can kit up an enchantress and, give her a Ring of Returning, like Camille. She'd be a decent candidate. But ideally, especially if I get, a Nature 2 Water 1, you know, Ring of Returning, Thistle Mace, give her HP items, give her some MR maybe. You know, she can do big things. What else can we do that's important over here? If we wanted to, Skull Mentors, but I don't actually think that's a great deal on these guys. We can do Ring of Regeneration, Reinvig Gear. Oh, Dancing Shield's really nice. It's good to have access to that. And then the Storm Spool's nice to have. And then this is going to be good, the Dancing Trident for Repel build. So a bunch of different things we can do now that we couldn't before. So that's kind of nice to have that unlocked. And then for weapons, we get, what, the Skull Staff, which potentially could be nice in certain circumstances. And then we also have the Lightning Spear, which is going to be nice. We have a lot of air income, so we're going to be looking for ways to spend air. And especially when we get the Windmaster from that side up there, we're going to have a lot of air mages. So and if you have a lot of air mages, it's not going to be hard to spend air. But that's mostly it. The Herald Lance, which is not horrible. The inspiration can be good for my ghosts, especially if we've got like rigor mortis. I mean, Wailing Winds coming out and stuff. But yeah, I think that's about it. You know, one thing I could do is if I don't think like a Jedi play would be somehow this guy could get. He's not gonna be able to get over there. I think we're gonna have him research. I could move. This is what I'm thinking about. I could move Nan Vathar over this way, and then next turn he comes on top of here, and that way, you know, if there's a battle here next turn, it's gonna go a lot better if I have Darkness up or Solar Eclipse. But then I don't have it for this. But I think it's pretty low chance he's gonna go jump on top of this fort, because he's not gonna know what I have. I think that actually may be the better move. It means we potentially get fucked here this turn. But as long as it's a normal phase battle, which, you know, that we have to be prepared for. I'll go ahead and make another one of these. As long as it's a normal phase battle we have to be prepared for, then he'll arrive just in time for the next one. Yeah. So I guess we'll do that. It's a little risky for this coming turn, but I don't think it's likely he consolidates everybody here. Though he certainly could. But, you know, oh, shit. I did not have iFlight scripted right. Well, let's fix that. Power the spheres. Rigor Mortis. Okay. And then let's give some of my sneaky guys moving over here. Let's give them 3 more death gems. And then they're going to need another pearl or 2. Because he's potentially going to gem bait me every single turn. Okay, that'll be enough. And I think this guy coming over here, where's Elikium? You only need 1 for Power of the Spheres, okay, buddy? So 1 for Power of the Spheres, and then we'll load up this guy with another one. And I've got a few extra, that means I alchemized a few too many, but that's fine. We'll need them later. And then we really don't want this Sorceress getting old. Air 3 is super nice. What are the odds of an Air 3? Basically, 1 in 20. Ooh. That's really rare. I don't know what I'll do if she gets diseased. I've got some time to figure it out, though. And so anyway, the troop logistics with these guys we'll save till last time. It's been a long episode, but maybe I don't really do twofers anymore. I think if I talk about it this much, there's too much to cover, but this is a really interesting part of the game. I'm in a lot of different wars, so there's a lot to talk about. Anyway, folks, take care. Peace.